That's a strange glitch. There was just no statue there with the chains. So before I start attacking this dude, I obviously did fight him. You can see here. To be fair, I didn't know that this was a boss fight, and that it was just right here. And I only had 2 heals, and I was in the other, you know, realm, Thumbrel. So, yeah, it didn't last very long. However, this guy is not that difficult. I will say that right now. This guy is not that difficult. Why is there just no statue there? Weird glitch. There's supposed to be a statue there. Oh, there we go. There's the statue. Now it shows. I didn't really understand, like, why they broke the chains, though. But, you know. Whatever, I guess. I'm assuming there is another phase, though. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Damn. Okay. Again, definitely did not expect that. Damn. Okay, I'm trying to heal, jerk. Oh, right in the nards. That's okay. I classify this as a free revive. And I didn't want to use my last heal either. Alright, there goes my last heal. There's no way I beat that. There's gotta be like another phase or something, right? It's not that easy. Right? Wait. It was that easy? The last boss was harder. But okay. I'm so confused, and I don't need to use that. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Alrighty. Alright, what's up here?
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return. They speak of light while offering you nothing but blindness. Weak hypocrites relying on the malignant power of Umbral. With one breath, then decrying it with another.
Okay.
They brand me evil, a tyrant, and yet I offer you something they will not. A choice. Reject the fanatical crusaders and the deranged servants of the self-proclaimed judge. Dismiss all of their false dogma and the torturous mission to which they have bound you. And only then will you know freedom. And if you would hear it, the truth.
Well, I got nothing better to do. You know, I probably should have spent my 30,000 before coming here. Oh. I see. It's a boss fight again. You guys don't attack, do you? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Probably shouldn't be here, you know?
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned my own children against me and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter.
Well, anyway, I was gonna do this just to see if it'll work for me. I can do this, can't I? Let's do that. Oh, let's go. I am so smart. Thank God I have a bunch of those. Alright. Let's see what this is all about now. Now that I'm actually here. Is there stuff to explore? Maybe. Don't have to kill these people, do I? Questions, questions, questions.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned my own children against me and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter.
Oh, I see. So per person equals damage.
The judges and their crazed followers butchered those who remained loyal to me. And when I created the Rogar as a means to put an end to the madness, they too were no match for the heathen forces. In the end, even I fell. Although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts. In a world left blackened and corpse-choked by their crusade, the judges banished me to this barren realm, which has served as my prison ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set about ruling themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods, figures of worship, their real ambition all too clear. Yet an outcome, the people deluded themselves into believing a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since my banishment? Far more than was ever spilled in my name. And now, after all the time mankind have had to shape their own destiny, see what they have made of it. War, greed, hatred, suffering, chaos. They believed they were capable of guiding themselves, but have been proven sorely mistaken. Mankind needs me, now more than ever. And what of other beings who claim godhood? Where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent umbral creature? They are cowards, hiding in foresight and obfuscating shadow, deeming you unworthy of their presence, their communion. And yet, here I stand before you with true words and open arms. For I love all of my children, even the wayward ones. Listen to me. You must stop this before you allow yourself to condemn all of mankind for eternity. I am not your enemy, only what my own enemies fear. The loss of the dominion they have established for themselves in my absence. misguided violence. Now.
So I'm assuming all these just keep lighting?
You are in the presence of a god-human. Your god. I formed you from nothing and can just as easily destroy you. Yet you would dare defy my will.
Oh, there's only two left.
In which you exist is my world, my home, and yet mankind.
Like I could kill them.
Creation.
What happens if I just let this happen? You know?
You have no idea what it is to suffer such a monstrous
We'll find out.
betrayal. Or to endure the ages of torment which follow.
Again, I could have stopped it a while ago. But what if I don't feel like it? Then what? Now what? So?
Kneel before me and beg for forgiveness. Not just for your own hubris and treachery, but those of your entire deplorable kind. You are in the presence of a god-human. Your god. But those of your entire deplorable kind.
Oh, okay. I guess he just kills me.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned my own children against me, and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter.
God. I am trying not to fucking run into those.
The judges and their crazed followers butchered those who remained loyal to me. And when I created the Rogar as a means to put an end to the madness, they too were no match for the heathen forces. In the end, even I fell. Although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts. In a world left blackened and corpse-choked by their crusade, the judges banished me to this barren realm, which has served as my prison ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set about ruling themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods, figures of worship,
Oh my
their
God.
real ambition all too clear. Yet an outcome, the people deluded themselves into believing a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since my banishment? Far more than was ever spilled in my name. And now, after all over time mankind have had to shape their own destiny. See what they have made of it. War, greed, hatred, suffering, chaos. They believed they were capable of guiding themselves, but have been proven sorely mistaken. Mankind needs me, now more than ever. And what of other beings who claim godhood? Where are they? What of Adyr and the abhorrent Umbral creature? They are cowards, hiding in foresight and obfuscating shadow.
Was that it?
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return.
Oh, that was it? No? Second wave? I have no idea. Interesting. Oh. Well, there we go. Interesting. Well, I beat the game. Dang. Okay. I had to say, very good game. Frustrating at times, I will say that. Absolutely frustrating at times. But hey, I beat it. So there we go. That was the first time beating it. So that was pretty fun. A very good game. Great graphics. Storyline was pretty good too. Boss battles were very good too. Very well made, very well fought too. Some of those bosses were a lot more difficult than others. I will say that. That Lightbearer, that was one of the hardest bosses, I will say. That thing was excruciatingly painful to fight. Did not enjoy that one. There was a few things I did miss, obviously, but I did get it. I did beat it, and I enjoyed it. Again, slightly difficult in some areas, but then again, this is a Souls-like game, so not surprising. And hey, I reached level 100. That's as far as I got. So yeah, I'd say spot on. It was a very good game, well made, enjoyed it. The only like cons that I have is like sometimes the mechanics of like rolling or attacking was a little janky, but I also understand why, because when you input attack 3 times, your person's going to input attack 3 times, even though if you go to roll within between those attacks, you won't roll. It'll just keep going for those attacks So that's just something in mind that I'm just like, oh yeah, that happened a couple times and that was a pain in the ass. But it's like, yeah, that makes sense though. You just have to be wary of when to attack and when not to attack, and when to roll and when not to roll, and so on and so forth. And sometimes, even then, when you roll, you still don't dodge the attacks, depending on the attacks, and that's also a pain. Because I noticed that with the lamp bearer, that when he shot his giant wave, and it just barely clipped, even though it shouldn't have, you still got hit by it. I got very frustrated with that battle in particular. That was really the only time I really raged at anything, is during that battle. Everything else wasn't actually that difficult. It was just a learning mechanic. I just say my favorite boss though was the bird and the little girl. The little girl and her giant pet bird. That was probably the coolest boss battle in this game. I loved that one. That one was very fun. Really fun to learn too. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite one. I don't know why that one was just like off screen slightly. That one wasn't, that one was off-centered. I didn't like that in the credits, but that's fine. Things happen. Again, very good game. I enjoyed it. Hope the people that have played this game also enjoy it. I know that I didn't show the entire game. I'm not one of those people that's just gonna... Well, that's not true. I do certain Let's Plays. This one here, I was just having fun and recording the odd boss battle type of situation. And also, my computer was not very good at running a lot of the time for this game. But now that my computer is fully upgraded, has fans and all that, and doesn't overheat, I can play games like this from now on and actually like stream them and record them. And they're not gonna be all glitchy and pixelated and all that, because that was my worry. Because if you check out, yeah, see, PTE LT and then it cuts off. Why? Anyway, Pieta. I did that boss battle, very pixelated and grainy, and it did not look very good. However, these videos, as in the last two, Lightbearer and this one, are nice, crystal clean. And I was playing this in cinematic, by the way. So, much bigger difference than it was before when I did Pieta. But yes, very good game, like I said. If you like this kind of content as well and want to see like full-fledged gameplays and stuff like that, make sure to subscribe, comment, and let me know. And like the video as well. Always helps. And have notifications on. Anyways, I'm gonna wait until these credits are done to see if there's something else at the end. So yeah, I'll just be chilling. You unlocked a new class, the Radiant Purifier. Ooh. Okay, so there was new stuff from beating the game. You can begin a new game +1 for a higher difficulty challenge. Interesting. I'm good for just continuing the current journey, because I want to find all the rest of the items that I've been missing. Because I know that I've been missing lots of stuff, so I'm gonna probably do that. Alright, I guess that's it though. But yeah, that's it. So, anyways, MiraculousFalcon's gonna peace out, buddy. Peace out, and have a good one.